Hello and welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop streamed, your one stop for co-op news, reviews, and playthroughs. I'm Peter, and today I'm going to be running through Marvel Champions. That's right, I'm running the Gauntlet. It has been a while since we've done one of these. This is where I pick one hero and I try to see how many games in a row I can win. It used to be when we had very few scenarios, I just play one scenario at a time. The first one, the second one, the third one. But now I roll a dice, so there's a little bit more randomness in it. I'm not doing random modulars today, but we will see what happens. I am running the Gauntlet with Wolverine, which is a little bit of a challenge from what I've seen. He's very good at killing stuff very fast, but trying to get a deck where he can live well and a deck where he can thwart as well was a little bit challenging. I originally started with a Justice flip deck where I was slipping over quite a bit, but I settled in on this one, which is a protection deck. So we will see how this goes. I don't know. I might be out after one game, but if I am, then maybe I'll play my Justice deck and show that one, see how that one works. But we got Victor Von Doom, who was here early, actually I should say on time. I'm the one starting late tonight. Hello, Victor. He says, a Gauntlet. Haven't had one of those in a while. Perfect game to chill to. Last day of school was yesterday, so I am now free for the summer. Well, congratulations, Victor. My kids are free for the summer as well. I am not a teacher nor a student, so I am still working, but that's the way it is. Victor says, I seem smaller than usual. Well, I can make myself bigger. You know, I figured people didn't want to see me, but who knows? Maybe let's make myself a little bit bigger. There we go. A little bit bigger, Peter. I don't know if that's what people want, but you know, that's what Victor wanted, so we'll do it. All right, so I'm going to be playing through as Wolverine, where basically we start with the claws. We know that they start in play now. After the play phase begins, on Wolverine's side, I get to heal too, so that's the only thing special over there. We do have a protection deck, like I said, and the goal is to try to see how long we can stay up and just use that innate healing ability to kind of stay up. All right, we're going to place the villains, and then we're going to roll dice. And we're going to start here with 1 is Rhino, 2 Claw, 3 Ultron. And let's see what fate decides. We're going to play 5. Oh, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we are playing against Mutagen formula. Well, here we go. This might be a quick gauntlet. Yeah, we'll see. Mutagen, at least I have some protection. I can't remember how much thwarting I need for this one, but we'll see. All right, so we're placing standard, we're placing expert, and the fun part for everybody is you get to see me remember how to play Mutagen. So let's read through it and see where we're going. Mutagen and the standard encounter sets, 1 modular, recommended goblin gimmicks. Let's go find that. That's pretty early on. There it is. Goblin gimmicks. We will place those and we are good to go. Maybe we'll mix it up with some of the standard sets as well. Maybe different standard sets if I actually win this first game, and maybe a couple more. Maybe I'll throw in some random standard sets from some of the kind of hero stuff. We'll see. Green Goblin has released toxic mutagen gas on New York City. When completed in player order, each goblin player not engaged with a goblin minion must discard 3 cards from the encounter deck and put the first goblin minion they discarded this way into play engaged with them. So it's going to go up 1 a turn. It's got 7 limit, and it starts with 2 per player on it. When revealed, deal 2 encounter cards to each player. Oh, forgot about this. Yeah, so there's that. Oh, and apparently we start with a Thrall as well. Yeah. Why did we start with a Thrall? Was that on this side? Put a Goblin Thrall minion engaged with each player. Yeah. Yeah, this might be real quick. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Maybe I should have picked Star-Lord if I knew I was starting with Mutagen. All right, so we need a fast start here. Ooh, Adamantium Skeleton is a pretty good start. Jubilee, also a good start. Lunging Strike, also a good start. Polaris, also a good start. So let's see. I'm going to need... Well, Berserker's Frenzy, after Wolverine takes any amount of damage. That is the card I wanted in play. Team building exercise. Oh my gosh. All right. So Berserker Frenzy is a card I want to play because I want to stay up, right? I'm going to take this... I'm going to leave this Goblin Thrall in because taking that 1 damage is actually not awful if I can get Berserker Frenzy in. So right now, I can pay for both Adamantium Skeleton and Berserker Frenzy. They give me +1 attack. It'll also give me card draw. Both things I want, but to get rid of Polaris, Jubilee, team building, like, all right, you know what? If I'm getting rid of these things, I'm just going to empty my hand and try to draw some double resources and also try to get through my deck faster to get back to those cards faster. So we're doing that, and we're just going to deal with everything else we get. My other Lunging Strike, both gone. Tracked by Scent gone. Nightcrawler. Oh, all right. We will see. It's kind of an ideal first draw and kind of the worst possible first draw all at the same time. Victor says, I still haven't played most of the X-Men. My summer is going to be Marvel Champions catch-up. Spoiled for choice with this opening. Yeah, that was definitely a spoiled for choice opening. Oh, I'm going to try to use these cameras more often. All right, so let's go ahead and start with Adamantium Skeleton, which gives me +4 hit points. 1, 2, 3, 4. It also gives me +1 attack, and then we're also going to play Berserker Frenzy. After Wolverine takes any amount of damage from an enemy attack, draw a card. After you flip to Alter Ego, this goes away. Ironically, I don't think it goes away if I start on Alter Ego, so it's fine. I mean, technically, you know, I should probably be on hero side, but whatever. All right, I'm going to thwart for 2 because I don't want to lose this. I'll worry about killing Goblin later. We're just going to try to survive this first turn, and I'm worried about threat more than anything with this deck. Because I should be able to take a hit, especially with the extra hit points now. And I should be able, especially since I didn't lose any hit points, right, from playing an attack card. And I should be able to deal damage. I mean, 18, I could have gone through 16 of that with 2 Lunging Strikes on turn 1. So, and then 2 more damage. So I could have done actually all 18, flipped them on turn 1, but then I would have gotten 3 more cards, I believe. So yeah, didn't want to do that without being set up at all. But please feel free to relax and have a drink with me. And I am drinking some White Claw tonight. I got passion fruit. I got lemon also. So, and I got some water here as well to make sure it doesn't go too bad. All right, we got Tackle to stun them. Berserker Barrage. Let me get rid of a couple of these thralls if I need to. Powerful Punch. When an enemy initiates an attack, deal 4 damage to that enemy. So I could do that before they even attack me. But I actually want to get, maybe I do it. Oh, Judoku skill. Gives a -2 attack, which would be good. Maybe I do Powerful Punch as a defensive event when the boss attacks me to do 4. That seems right, because then I can tackle him on his turn. Yep. And then hold on to Judoku. I think that's what I want to do. All right, so first things first, we are going to add 1. Hold on, use my cameras. Add 1 to the villain, then he is going to attack me for 2. I am going to Powerful Punch here to do 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to take the 2 damage to do that. So that's 1, 2 damage. Bye-bye Powerful Punch. Have to exhaust my claws. Just a reminder for those who don't know. Exhaust your claws to choose an attack event in your hand. Take damage equal to its printed cost. Play the event, ignoring its resource cost. I am also going to defend here. So, defending for 2. He attacks for 2. Force response after Green Goblin attacks and damages you. Place a threat on the main scheme. Well, there you go. All right, there is 1 damage, so I am going to place 1 threat on the main scheme. I'm going to take 1 damage, but because of Berserker Frenzy, I do get to draw a card. Now I'm going to get attacked by the Thrall, and I believe this says any enemy, right? An enemy attack, yep. So I'm going to take 1 more damage there. I'm going to draw 1 more card. All right, so that's a lot of resources. Yeah, so I guess I'm getting Judoku skill out this turn too, and Berserker Barrage, potentially. All right, well, we'll see what happens. But I am going to have to draw an event card or encounter card, and let's see what the first one is. When defeated the player in player order, each player must discard 2 cards from the encounter deck and put each goblin minion discarded this way into play, engage with them. Now let's see how good I am with my camera angles here. Not very good at all. All right, so let's zoom this one out. We will redo this camera angle, and we're just going to put 1 threat on here. But it's got double acceleration, so you kind of have to deal with it and just hope. hero, Green Goblin attacks with plus X attack, where X is equal to the villain's stage number. So he's going to attack me for 4 right now, which is what it is. I got to take it. 4 plus 2 is 6 damage. So there's good news and bad news. The bad news is 6 damage kind of stinks. The good news is this might be the shortest playthrough ever. No, I do get to draw a card because I don't think this is once per... after you flip to alter ego, when Wolverine takes any amount of damage from an enemy attack, draw a card. Yeah. Wow. That's a lot of resources, which is not necessarily what I want to see. Am I still 1 resource short? No, I could play all of it. All right, so there's that. Let's flip this last one, and then I'll send this back. Ba-dink. Let's see. Oops. What did I just do? Where did that card go? What? Did I send that card back to? Yes, I did. I did not want to send that back. When revealed, choose to either spend 2 resources of any type or give the villain a face-down boost card. I mean, that means I don't Berserker Barrage. But I think I'm okay with that. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 resources of any type, which puts me 2 short of tackling and Berserker Barraging. Tackling is way more important this turn, because I don't mind taking 1 damage to get a card next turn. So that's what I'm going to do. And let's go ahead and return this. Hey, go away. All right. This hammer is going to move. We know I'm the first player. And let's redo my camera angle. Boom. Done. All right. So lots and lots of choices here. Let's start by putting Judoku skill out as the first one. This comes in with 3 counters, and I can give them -2 attack for each counter I use. And how does this work exactly? When you defend against an enemy attack, I gotta defend, remove a counter, the enemy gets -2 for that attack. Max 1 per player. All right, so it's just -2 attack, but I have to defend, and that means not just using cards anymore, if I am not mistaken. All right, so stun an enemy if you paid for this using a fist resource, deal 3 damage. You know what? I'm getting rid of Berserker Barrage, and I'm going to hold on that double resource. So I'm going to go ahead and pay 3 resources, because this one's a double resource, power protection, to tackle. Stun an enemy if you paid for this card using a fist resource, deal 3 damage to that enemy. So I did, because that one's wild. So I'm going to do 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to stun. Which seems good. All right. Do I get rid of this and risk getting more enemies? I think not. Oh, I'm exhausted anyway. So I can't get rid of anything. And that's that. Wow. I should have healed 2 at the beginning of the villain phase. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we will ready up. We will draw 4 more cards. And, ooh, X-Jet. That's nice. Karma, also nice. And double resources to hopefully help pay for it. Regenerative healing also seems nice right now. Why are these cards so small? When you play Karma from your hand, choose a non-elite minion. While Karma is in play, take control of the minion and treat its controlled ally with a blank text box. So she gives you basically a chumper, which is kind of nice. And then she becomes a chumper herself in a little bit. After the enemy she's controlling goes away. So it's kind of a nice like double ally turn. All right, well, I am all drawn up. I am all readied up. So we will go here. We will add 1, 2, 3 threat to the scheme because of this side scheme over here, which isn't great because, again, not a justice player here. Yeah, so that could be problems. But this villain is stunned. This one is not, though, so I will take 1 damage and draw a card. Slice and dice. Nice. Let's go ahead and draw a card here. And when revealed, choose to either spend 2 resources of any type or give the villain a face down boost card. Well, you know, this keeps happening. Let's see. If I play X-Jet, then I got 1, 2, 3, 4 left to play Karma. I mean, that would just give me this little goblin. Although, maybe I thwart first, and maybe I get an even bigger, badder goblin in play. You know what? I think that's the move. So I'm going to give the villain a face-down boost card and count on having a chumper for that boost card. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is get 2 health at the beginning of my turn. I am going to thwart So we will get rid of this. And again, it says discard 2 cards from the encounter deck and put each goblin minion discarded this way into play, engage with you. Praying to God. Okay, Demons of the Past. That's good. Shadows of the Past. No, but Goblin Glider does not make me sad to lose those 2 cards. That actually kind of worked out in my favor, I think. All right, so we're going to spend 1, 2, 3 to put in the X-Jet. Then we're going to use the X-Jet, 1, 2, 3 resources to put Karma in. Oops, send that card back. And now this goblin is under my control. Oh, the goblin had guard, so actually I could not have counterpunched on that first turn. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 health back, and we're going to give myself 2 health back and just deal with the, yes, I could not have counterpunched, so I would have had more resources, but you know what? You make mistakes, you live and learn. All right, do I want to thwart the main? I kind of do, because if Goblin does any damage, and so then I'll chump with the Thrall. So I believe Karma says they take 2 consequential damage. Yep, so we'll go ahead and put 2 consequential damage on this Thrall over here and take this down just the 1 point, but it's enough to hopefully, after Goblin attacks and damages you. So that's you being my Wolverine over here. So not going to damage me. So that's probably good. All right, so we are going to go ahead and ready up. We're going to go ahead and draw up. And yeah, energy barrier, good. More Jidoku skill. It is max 1 per play. Ooh, Utopia and Forge, though. I like that combo. And I should be able to pay it all and track by scent. So maybe that's actually the move. We will see. All right, but let's go ahead and add 1 threat. We are going to have this Green Goblin attack. I am blocking with the Thrall over here. So that will be my Garter. And let's see how much of a boost. So he's attacking for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. And getting rid of another Goblin Glider. So that kind of worked out, honestly. Not sad about that. Not even a little bit. And then we will take my encounter card. And I still have Karma here as a blocker as well. Pumpkin Bombs attached to the villain. After the villain attacks you, discard Pumpkin Bombs and take 2 indirect damage. I can spend 2 resources to discard it. Alright. I don't even know if I need to discard it because... Oh, yeah, it doesn't go away. So yes, I do need to discard it. Yeah, let's see. Oh, man. All right. So here's how we're going to start. We're going to thwart for 2. And then we're going to pay Forge and Energy Barrier to track by scent, which removes 3 threat from a scheme. If it removes the last one, I get to draw 2 cards. Let's draw 2 cards and see what happens. All right, so I removed the last 3 threat from the main scheme, drew some cards. I do have some fists in my hand. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pay 1 fist. Well, let's just do it easy. Jidoku skill and tackle. Even though I would have liked to tackle him there. Actually, maybe I do tackle and stun again. Oh, did I get my 2 health at the beginning of the turn? We will say I did, but I don't think I did. Actually, I definitely didn't. So up to 11. All right. Getting rid of tackle's kind of sad, but I just want to get Utopia in and start building stuff up. So I'm not going to stun again this turn. That's all right. With Jidoku skill and my defending, I should be able to defend all the damage, or if I take 1, it's not a big deal. So that's where I'm going to go. So I did that. I spent those 2 fist resources to get rid of the Pumpkin Bombs. I don't want to take 2 indirect every time. We will use X-Jet and my cabin to pay for Utopia. And if you don't know Utopia, for each of your allies, if each of your allies has the X-Men trait, increase your ally limit by 1. After X-Men ally enters play, exhaust Utopia and ready an X-Men character. So that'll let me thwart and attack, or just double attack, or whatever else I need. So that makes me happy. Victor says, Arden says, hi, I'm guessing no dogs in this deck. The Wolverine is already fairly wild. That's right. We already got one wild man in this party. We don't need more animals. No, this is not an animal deck, unfortunately. It's really, again, built around Berserker Frenzy and staying up just to deal with the threat. Oh, and we got Professor X here to help us deal with some threat as well, although we also have armor. If your identity is X-Men, armor gains toughness. Pretty good. And we do have a chumper this turn, so there is that as well. All right, we're going to add one threat to the main. Goblin is going to attack. I actually am going to go ahead and block with Karma here. Boost does nothing more. So Karma is gone, and I will take my encounter card. Under Fire, Surge. Reveal the top card of the encounter deck. Well, there's that. So there's one. Oops, don't need three. You go back. All right, let's take these two. So let's flip it. Oh, another one of these. The last one worked out for me, kinda-ish. And the villain attacks you. Okay, well, at least I had one chumper. All right, so I'm going to defend. I'm going to use Jidoku. So he's attacking for -2 on his attack. You know what? I'm not using Jidoku. I want to take a little... Well, let's see. I could Berserker Barrage this turn. But no, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to Jidoku and maybe hope to draw something good. So 2 damage plus a boost of 1, which is exactly what I wanted. It does add an extra threat, but I'm not worried about that. Which I know is funny because I said I was worried about it, but I'm not worried about it right now. So he's going to hit me for 3. I defend for 2. So I'm going to take 1 damage, which does let me draw a card because of my Berserker Friendly. Ooh! Colossus and Armor, huh? I don't think I could afford both of them. I do have Regenerative Healing as well. So we got that going for us. All right. So beginning of my turn, I will... You know what? I'm going to take... Well, I heal 2, and then I'm going to take the 2 right back to Berserker Barrage. So that'll do 4 damage. Then I am going to pay 1, 2. Colossus is just too expensive to put armor in. Armor comes in with tough, which readies me by unreading Utopia. And I'm going to pay 1, 2 to put in Energy Barrier, which whenever I take any amount of damage, I can prevent one of it to plink them, basically, up to 3 times. Yep, so I don't have to exhaust it, but just once from each source of damage. I'm going to exhaust. Let's go ahead and get rid of this double acceleration. I'm not excited by that. And draw 2 cards. No goblin. No goblin. All right. That worked. And got rid of Gang Up as well, which kind of makes me happy. Although I haven't seen any advances. And I've just cursed myself, by the way, by saying that. All right. Well, let's ready up and draw up. Oh, I have decked, so let's draw an extra card. And I think I'm ready to do some killing. Hopefully I can get some stuff to do that next turn. Oh, there you go. Lunging Strike. One of them's back. And then Slice and Dice also. That's double 3 damage. I have a Night Nurse, which makes me happy. Yeah, so we can start doing some damage. I believe I have to, deal 3 encounter cards. Oh, that'll be brutal, but is what it is. Gonna have to deal with it at some point unless I'm planning on getting him down to like 1 health and then really going hog on him and trying to kill them all in 1 turn, which might be the play, actually, with Wolverine. All right, so 11 damage, attacking me for 2. I'm going to block with armor over here. Armor is tough, so we will go ahead and take this. That would be 4 damage, but all of it is blocked by armor. I don't know much about armor. It looks like she has like a armor shield around her, so that's pretty neat. But now I can use it for attack or thwart once before jumping her away, or just get rid of her with a chump. All right, so now we will take our 2 encounter cards. The first one is Monster, which is a Goblin Elite. Well, there you go. You are stunned. If you're already stunned, take 2 damage. Well, there's that. Then let's look at the second one. When defeated, deal damage to the engaged player. Alrighty. Well, remember how there were no goblins in play? Well, that went away quickly. I do have a way to deal with all this stuff, so I think I'm just going to do that. All right, well, let's take 2 here. I am going to attack to get rid of my stunned. I will take 3 damage to lunging strike using my claws. So 1, 2, 3. Deal 8 damage to an enemy. If you exhaust the Wolverine's claws to play this card, the attack gains overkill. So that's 6 to monster here. Bye-bye. And then 2 more to the goblin. And do I care about this 1 damage? Again, maybe I don't care about it, and maybe I keep using it to draw me cards. I say that, and that 1 damage is going to come back. Alrighty, everybody. Well, sorry about that. I don't know. I think I got to return this new computer. Like, it's literally been a lemon. Like, I don't know. I'm very frustrated because, like, you've heard my audio on some of my streams. Like, it seems slower than my last computer, and it's supposed to be, like, an upgrade over what I've gotten in the past. So, I don't know. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated by this computer. So, with hindsight now, oh, all right. So the good news is we are to this part. With hindsight now, looking back, I'm actually going to change up what I was going to do. I'm going to go ahead and pay I Got Better to put Night Nurse in and use her. Oh, well, first let's heal 2. Then I'm going to heal 1 more with Night Nurse, which also gets rid of my stunned. So I felt I was cheating at the time, going backward like that, but my computer screwed up, so there we go. So this is interesting. I actually don't need to use my health here. Because I have my X-Jet and these 2, I could actually play for Lunging Strike without losing health, and then maybe use my health on the defensive end to help me draw some cards. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I will pay 1, although Slice and Dice is 6 damage. I don't really want to lose that 6 damage. And Powerful Punch is like 2 free damage on their turn. So do I just lose these resources that I have here? I think I will. Yeah, so I'm going to pay 3 life. I'm going to use Lunging Strike. So that lets me tear through monster over here. Yep. So that's 6 damage with 2 overkill. Steve says, did everybody survive the snap? Thanks, Steve. Yes, it looks like most people came back, thankfully. But yeah, no, I don't know. I really do. I feel like, oh, and you know what? I'm going to even do this. I'm going to use my energy barrier to take 1 less damage, and I get to plink 1 damage. We'll go ahead and put that right on Gabo over here, too. I got these two cards here. I'm gonna punch for oops. Am I gonna punch or am I gonna thwart? I'm gonna thwart for 2. I don't really have a lot of great thwarting options, so let's go ahead and thwart for 2 there. Powerful punch. It's attack defense when enemy initiates attack. Yes, so I can't play that. Do I hold it is the question. And play it on the villain turn. I mean, it is 4 free damage, right? Seems kind of good. All right, I'm going to do that. So let's go ahead and ready up. I'm going to hold my hand right now and just draw 3 cards. Am I sitting at the table? I was not. I did not survive the snap, Steve, to answer your question. All right. Ooh, Berserker's Rage is good. Tackle is good. Oh, Tackle could be real good, actually. Maybe I pay for Slice and Dice and I tackle to, or pay for Tackle, either way. So yeah, Powerful Punch doesn't look like it's in the cards anymore because I think I want to tackle this turn. That's 3 damage and a stun. Seems too good to pass up. All right, we are going to add 1 threat to the main scheme. Then Gabo is going to attack me. I am going to take this one. I'm going to take the full brunt of this. No, I don't need to do that. I'm going to go do this. And do I care about the card draw? I kind of do. You know what? I'm going to draw 2 cards. So I am going to pay for Powerful Punch right here. I'm going to pay with Berserker Barrage and Powerful Punch for a Powerful Punch. So I'm going to do 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am defending for 2 right now. He's going to attack me for 2 plus another 2. So that would be a total of 4 damage. I blocked 2 of it. We are going to add 1 threat because anytime he does damage. And we're going to plink him for 1. I'm only going to take 1 damage here. And then I'm going to use my, my energy barrier to send 1 damage right back his way. And then I get to draw a card because of Berserker Frenzy. All right, now we're going to get attacked again for 1 more damage. Again, Berserker Frenzy. Draw another card. Yes, that's a double resource. That's exactly what I wanted. The only negative right now. Oh, that's okay. I actually didn't need the double resource because I had X-Jet. Because Tackle, you want to use at least 1 fist on it, but I've got the fist here. And is he 3 away from death? Oh, that is kind of money. Let's just make sure that what we draw here is also kind of money. 1 defeated. Okay, so it's the same one. So we got 2 of these in front of us. I'm actually okay with that because, again, that's more card draw with my Berserker Frenzy. Let's go ahead and get 2 life back at the beginning of my turn. Let's not forget this time. And I'm going to start off with Tackle. I'm going to pay Genius, and I'm going to pay X-Jet for that fist to deal 3 damage and stun. Boom, boom, boom. So that's 3 damage. Defeats Goblo. Goblo. Stage 1 goes to 20 hit points. I think if you click over here, that's the secret, right? And you are going to be stunned still, buddy. Sorry, Goblo. 1 revealed, 3 encounter cards. 1, 2, 3. Now I don't love that. Got to be honest. There are things to love in this world. That is not one of the things to love in this world. All right. Let's see. I can still pay for... Oh, no, I paid for that. So I could still slice and dice by taking 6 damage, which isn't the worst thing in the world, actually. And I could even energy barrier to prevent 1 of those. I can Night Nurse to heal myself up a little more. Okay, let's do that. We're going to go ahead and heal up 1 with Night Nurse. We're going to go ahead and slice and dice using my claws. So that would be normally 3 damage, but I'm only going to take 2. Oh, I forgot I got armor here too. Hello, armor. Forgot all about you. So I'm going to go ahead and take... Wait, didn't armor chump something? I feel like armor chumped. No, she had tough when she blocked. That's right. All right, that is fantastic. So I'm going to use this counter here to only take 2 damage. Again, I was at 12. Now I'm down to 10. That energy barrier is gone, so I'm going to plink 1 damage plus 3 and 3. Neither of these have guard, so we're going to do 1 damage plus 1, 2, 3 damage plus 1, 2, 3 damage. Force response after Green Goblin attacks and damages you, place 2 threat on the main scheme. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen, Because I got armor and then I got Judoku also. Maybe I should have kept that energy barrier, but whatever. 7 damage. That puts him within killing range next turn. I mean, we have 4 encounter cards to deal with, so there's that. Yeah. I think I'm pretty happy with where I mean, let's be honest, not super happy. If I hold Karma, the benefit of holding Karma is that if there's a guard that comes out or something really bad that comes out that isn't an elite, I can capture it basically with Karma. So she's kind of a fail-safe, so I'm going to hold on to her for like potentially like real bad stuff. Slice and Dice is another 6 damage. Plus my damage of 3 makes it 9 for next turn. And then if I put Colossus in, I mean, I can't pay for all that. Well, no, I actually could. That's 3 more. So wait, 6. So that's 6 damage, and 6 more is 12, which would be 1 short. Are you kidding me? Oh, but I get to draw cards because I'm going to get Berserker Frenzied on. All right. So, oh, and you're stunned, buddy. I forgot you were stunned. That's even more amazing. Now, I got 4 encounter cards, so settle down, Peter. All right, let's take 2 damage, and we are going to go ahead and draw 2 cards because of that, which makes me more than a little bit happy. All right, Regenerative Healing, just in case. Although I got Night Nurse in case I get conditions. Regenerative Healing is really just in case I get clobbered this turn. I need to find 1 damage somewhere. So we'll see what happens on these next couple cards. Maybe I get attacked again just by the allies, please. Although I can block. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to attack with armor last turn. Hold on. Yes. Sorry. That is going back and cheating. Call me a cheater all you want. That's fine. I wanted her to be able to chump with 1 life left. Everybody knows that's what you do. Sorry. So 12 would be enough right now. Yeah, that was stupid. I mean, if I keep her alive, then it's the same thing anyway, but clearly I would have done that. I just totally forgot that was part of the plan. All right. So, Goblin. Another one. Same thing. Oh my gosh. Elite Goblin. After Goblin Knight attacks you, discard a card from the encounter deck. If that card is a Goblin minion, put it into play, engage with you. Yep, so that just happened. Guard. So there's that guarding thrall we were talking about. Yep, so that will prevent me from winning. When revealed, Green Goblin attacks you. If you are in alter ego form, do not give the villain a boost card for this activation. This is a lot. This is a lot in front of me for next turn. And this guard is really what's stopping me. All right. Well, the attack I'm not too worried about because, again, we have armor to chump. So that's 3 plus that. Still 3. Man, that guard coming up really, like, burns my britches. So let's see. Slice and Dice, Colossus, my damage. I can pay for all that. Slice and Dice, 3. Well, let's start by gaining 3 health, or 2 health at the beginning of my turn. So Slice and Dice is free. Colossus is 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm short for Karma then. If I use Karma to take this guard instead, yeah. Well, if I get like preemptive strike or whatever, like I might be able to kill them before they're able to do much damage next turn. All right. So let's go ahead and I am going to myself for 3 damage kill this Goblin Thrall, which is just very sad. Did I heal 2? I think I did. Then I am going to pay 4 for Colossus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me hold track by cent. Should I get rid of Regenerative Healing or Karma? Karma. 3, 4. Oh, I forgot I get to ready myself with Utopia. Sucker. All right, so I'm going to take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3 to Slice and Dice, which is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, Forgot all about the readying myself. Wait, I already paid. Hold on. Slow down. I paid 1, 2, 3, 4 and forgot to put Colossus into play. Then a Utopia to ready myself. Yes. Oh, all right. Now I'm happy again. Then I slice and diced to do that 6 damage. And then Colossus attacks for 3, getting rid of his tough. And I attack for 3 more, getting rid of the Green Goblin. And the first part of the Gauntlet, boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say, way-o, way-o. Boom, boom, boom. Let a brother say, way-o, way-o. All right, so part 1 of the Gauntlet done. It should not have been that hard, but part 1, of course, being Goblin Mutagen formula. All right, I was worried about that one. I got to be honest. This deck has problems thwarting, but it has problems with a lot of things, honestly. Well, it did not have problems with Goblin Expert Mutagen, so there's that. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so we are going to go back to the Gauntlet. And please, I see lots of comment out there. Oh, I totally forgot about that Utopia. Oh, I don't know if anybody said it. You guys are probably shouting at me in the comments. All right, so we just did Mutagen formula. So 1 is going to be Wrecking Crew, 2 will be Crossbones, and so on. Let's see who the next villain we face in the Gauntlet is. 6. Oh, that can't be good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, Red Skull. Oh, this is like the hardest Gauntlet ever. Mutagen to Red Skull. Yeah. Uh-huh. You're welcome. All right, this dice is cursed. Sorry, see what I mean? This computer should be faster than my last computer. Why is it taking so long to load everything? Like, I don't understand. I'm at 92%. Like, this was supposed to be a faster computer. It's supposed to be an upgrade. Now, my other computer is broken, so it wasn't really an option anymore. But what the heck? Like, why do I buy a faster computer for it to be slower in reality? That makes me a little bit not happy. So, yeah, this one's probably going back tomorrow. Ooh, look at this. Wait, really? I've never seen that before. Huh. Well, we're going to put standard in. We're going to put expert in. And yes, I did not use the themed ones. I don't like them because I don't know what's going on. So let's see what's going on here. Are these 2 modulars, Hydro Assault and Hydro Patrol? That's pretty cool. That's something new with this mod that I did not know about. Oh, and then my computer's going to slow down again. All right. Well, at least that was pretty quick. Oh, no. Is this the one with all the side schemes? Oh, this is going to be terrible for me. This is not going to go well. In case anyone was wondering what's not going to happen, this is not going to go well. If this has got a lot of +1 attack for each side scheme in play. Oh. Deal each player an encounter card when revealed. Well, thanks for that. Oh, this is bad. Put the red house into play, shuffle every other side scheme into a side scheme deck, and set it next to the encounter deck. Set the sleeper aside out of play. I think the side schemes always stay in their own deck. Red Skull has built his Fortress of the White House as a symbol of Hydra's conquest over America. Red Skull cannot take damage. Interrupt. When your character thwarts this side scheme, they may use their attack instead of their thwart. I mean, I'm 2/2 unless I get adamantium armor turn 1. Red Skull plans to conquer the world with the power of the Reality Stone. He uses his strategic genius to keep you busy while he works towards his goal. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, reveal the top card of the side scheme deck and put it into play. All right. When revealed, deal each player an encounter card. And he's +1 for each side scheme, which there's 1, and I can't do damage to him until the red house is gone. All right. Well, there's that. All right. Well, let's see what happened in the chat. Victor says, "Phew, I thought it was on my end. Was about to go turn the router on and off. Thankfully, you didn't have to do that, Victor." Steve said, "Did everyone else survive the snap?" I think you've got a bit of a goblin problem, said Steve. Well done, says that was before I ended up figuring out the that I readied myself with Utopia. Steve also says, or Victor says, well done. Steve says, just in time. Jackinson, things can't be unseen. Oh, things that can't be unseen. Oh, that must have been my dancing. Yes. Wolverine. When you don't flip to alter ego much on, or is that just the way you've built this deck? Says Victor. I built this deck that way. My Justice deck was actually designed to constantly flip. That Berserker Barrage that kept getting me +1 card for everybody who attacked me was really part of the inspiration for making a protection deck, where I kind of could alter my protection with things like energy barriers, things like that, where I can just take 1 or 2 damage here or there, and then you regenerate at the beginning of every turn. So not flipping is kind of part of the theme of this deck. Between toughs and between chumpers, and that's kind of what I'm going for here. Victor says, yeah, I've got a newer computer and it runs TTS slow too. Annoying. And then Jay says, yes, side schemes stay in a separate discard pile. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so let's shuffle up. Let's draw up. And Chidoku's skills not bad, but he's not... I mean, it's really thwarting that's the issue here. Nightcrawler's pretty good. Prevent all damage and return him to your hand, but he's not great early. Karma's definitely not a turn 1 play. Lunging Strike is decent, but remember, I can't do any damage to him until I get rid of the side scheme. Now, I can use my attack to do that, but, Energy Barrier is the only card that I'm really super excited about. Berserker Barrage, deal 4 damage to an enemy. What does this say? When a character thwarts... No, you can just use your attack instead of your thwart. It's not like if you attack, do whatever. Well, I don't need the damage here. So Energy Barrier is going to be my call here. And then I'm drawing 5 new cards. There you go. Adamantium Skeleton. So I can get rid of that. Now, that 8 damage attack would have been nice here, but I do have Slice and Dice. This is going to be a rush to the finish type of a game, I feel like. Oh, Berserker Frenzy, turn 1 again as well. So I got Adamantium Skeleton, Berserker Frenzy. Those both seem good again. But I'm not going to be able to pay for everything. So Regenerative Healing. And, oh, this is painful. Energy Barrier, go away for my Adamantium Armor. So let's flip up. I do get 4 more hit points. Wait, am I supposed to get a card? Is that just like, we're just playing heroic here today? All right, for 3 attack, I can get rid of this. Oh, no, that stays in its own. Or does it have victory? No, it does not. So that goes away. At least I got that going for me. What can I go to here? 8. After resolving step 1, flip up a new. That's so awful. You basically are playing heroic here. Okay. So I could put in armor, or I could put in Berserker Frenzy. You know what? I'm going Berserker Frenzy. That extra card draw for the entire game, I think, is worth it. Again, the plan is not to flip over. So, yeah, that's where I'm going to be. All right, I'm going to ready up, draw up. I got my 5 cards. Ooh, team building. Oh, and Jubilee. That would be nice. I mean, maybe I just burn them down. Track by Scent will also be nice. Yeah, I need Track by Scent, honestly. Logan's Cabin, no good unless I'm trying to call it from my deck is basically it. Team building with Jubilee would be nice. Track by Scent would be nice. Hopefully I can get some combination of that to work. All right, so we're going to add 1 here, and then we're going to add a scheme. Mass Chaos. It's got 0. Red Skull creates catastrophes across the country to keep his enemies busy. When revealed, each player discards the top 5 cards of their deck and places 1 threat here for each different type of resource icon they discarded this way. 5 cards, 1 each. All right, 1 energy, 2 wild. That's not good. 3 fists or physical, 4 energy, and 5 mental, of course. So 4 different types of resources. Why wouldn't I just draw the rainbow? So 4 on this, which doesn't let me get rid of it easily with Track by Scent, which is really a problem. like really a problem because that was my plan there. Was to draw the 2 cards, and then I mean I could exhaust myself to do that, but gosh, that seems like a bad idea. Doesn't seem like a bad idea. It seems like not what I want to do. So if I pay 2 for Jubilee, that, well, we'll see what happens. All right, so he attacks me for 2 because there is 1 side scheme. Now, this is just an exclamation point, so I don't need to get rid of it. Of course, it's going to keep adding to his attack forever, but all right, so attacking for 2. I'm just going to take this. 2 plus a boost of 2. Drink for Shadows of the Past disappearing on us. Thank you. Ah, that's a good one. So that's 4 damage, which isn't great, but I do get to draw a card, and let's see. Yes, a double. Oh, okay. So that changes things. That lets me get team building out for free. Team building in one other. All right, so we'll see. We'll see. That definitely changes things. So we get a second encounter card. Incite 1. So it's 1 on the main, which isn't great. Attached to a side scheme. When attached side scheme is defeated, deal the first player an encounter card. Well, that's less encouragement for me to kill it. Oh, attached to Red Skull. Force interrupt. When Red Skull activates, give him an additional boost card for each side scheme in play. Then discard this card. Well, I can't leave it in play, right? Like, this is a thing. All right, so we're thwarting for 2. Can attract by scent for a double resource. It's a thwart for 3. If it removes the last threat from a scheme, draw 2 cards. Which it does when this goes away. Deal myself an encounter card. Lovely. But this is gone. When you're gone. When you're gone. Do 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 do. Oh. Well, stun makes me happy. Can I pay for it? Well, I don't need to. I could take the 3 damage. Oh! I heal 2 at the beginning of my turn. Don't forget that. That is important. I actually don't need to. So, let's see. Logan's Cabin and Colossus go away to pay for team building. Team building and Night Nurse pay for Jubilee. Jubilee says, after she enters play, choose an enemy until the end of the phase. Wolverine or Jubilee is making a basic attack against the enemy, they get +2. So Jubilee is going to attack for 3 with her basic attack here. She is going to go ahead and punch Red Skull in the face for 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to try to rush down as best as possible, but I'm also going to stun an enemy. I'm going to use my claws for that. I'm going to take 3 damage. Unfortunately, that means I don't pay using a fist. So I don't get to do the 3 damage, but I do get to stun, which I think is worth it. We'll see. We'll see. I do have a chumper. That's my only hesitation there. Maybe I don't take the 3 damage. Maybe I hold off till next turn to tackle. You know what? I'm going to do that. Not stunned. I'm going to use my chumper that I have to not stun. I'm going to get my 3 life back. Unclaw my claws and call it a day. All right, so we are going to ready up and draw up. I'm only going to draw 4 because I kept tackle. Well, now I have a second tackle, and I have a powerful punch. But most importantly, I have Track by Scent and Professor X, both things that will help me with whatever scheme is about to come out. So that, but that is all the thwarting I have in my deck, basically. It's Professor X. So maybe I use 1 this turn and I hold the other for the next turn. We'll see what happens. All right, we are going to add 1 threat here, which means we put a side scheme out. Rising, a Sleeper Awakened. Rising from the Potomac River, the Sleeper Awakened to answer Red Skull's summons. This scheme cannot leave play while the Sleeper is in play. When revealed, put the Sleeper into play, engage with the first player. When Sleeper is defeated, remove this card from the game. And that is not the Sleeper. This is a Sleeper. Guard, Retaliate 1, Toughness. When revealed, the Sleeper engages the first player. When defeated, remove the Sleeper from the game. And it's got 5 health per player. In this situation, just 5 health. It does have 3 attacks. So I'm really hoping to draw in, because it's tough also. I'm really hoping to draw into something that will let me kill it. Although I do have piercing. I mean, that's the one benefit of adamantium skeleton. And my claws also let me get one of my skills, piercing. So it's not the end of the world, and I don't have to thwart. So that's good. I could use my track by scent to remove 3 from the main scheme. Again, all this is in an ideal world. But we are going to use Jubilee to block Red Skull's attack. Red Skull does get a second boost card for this because of this Master Strategist over here, because there's one side scheme in play. And boost, if you are in hero form, the villain attacks you after this activation. Do not deal any boost cards for that attack. Okay. Sure. And then 2 more. Okay. So that is those 2. Then we're supposed to discard this. He's going to attack for 2 plus a boost of 2. We'll get rid of Jubilee. Sorry, Jubilee, but thank you. And then he's going to attack me again right away for 2 more damage. I'm going to go ahead and take that 2 damage, which with my Frenzy lets me draw a card. Oh, Polaris is real good. I need Utopia, though, badly. Gosh, I need Utopia. And actually, extra damage is way more important at this point than... So Professor X will probably sit in my hand. Polaris, track by scent, all that seems good. It's all theoretical until I get punched for 3 more here, which also let me Frenzy again for a powerful punch. Oh, I could have done that. Oh, actually, let's do that. Sorry. So I am going to go ahead and exhaust my claws and use the powerful punch I had in my hand to do 4 damage. It does become piercing because of that. So yes, I do need to take 2 more damage, but I end up doing 4 over here, which is 1 short. So is that really what I want? Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. All right. Yeah, when I drew the powerful punch, I'm like, oh yeah, I had a powerful punch in my hand. That's probably a good thing to play. All right. So we're going to go ahead and draw another encounter card. And when revealed, place 4 threat on each side scheme if there are no side schemes in play. So this is interesting. Do I just put 4 on here, even though it doesn't really hold threat? I don't think it can hold threat. But it says if there are no side schemes in play. So I think I put no threat on it. But there are also no side schemes in play. So I don't do the second part either. I believe that is correct. But correct me if you think otherwise. Caught off guard. When revealed, discard an upgrade of support you control. That's not great. Berserker Frenzy or Team Building? I mean, honestly, I think Berserker Frenzy is better for this build. Team Building is good, but I got away with not having it all last game. It does make me sad, though. So I'm going to read the chat now and let me know what you think about this Sleeper Awakening being a side scheme. Do-do-do. Jay Atkinson, yes, side scheme stay in separate deck. We got that. Track by Scent is liable to draw you 2 cards to pay for Professor X. Yep. I don't think you can put threat on it, says Jay Atkinson. Right, you can't put threat on it, but it also says if there's no side schemes in play, do something else. It doesn't say, like, whatever. So I believe that is the correct interpretation of how you're supposed to play it. All right, so we are going to track by scent. So we're going to powerful punch, and we're going to tackle to track by scent to draw 2 cards. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. If this removes the last threat from the scheme, draw 2 cards. Oh, I always forget to take 2 to health at the beginning of my turn. Don't forget that. So I'm going to remove all threat from the main scheme, and then I get to draw 2 cards. X-Jet. I mean, that's pretty good. But I still think Polaris is the play. Do I really discard X-Jet to get Polaris in play? That's all my resource benefits, but I think it's too good. I think I've got to do it. I could also confuse with Professor X and actually flip down, but that would get rid of my Berserker Frenzy. I don't think I want to do that, actually. And I don't need Professor X's thwarting, so Polaris is the right call, but maybe I discard Professor X to hold X-Jet and put Polaris in. Although Professor X, now I gotta get rid of X-Jet. I mean, this is real sad. I'm getting rid of Tackle also, which I didn't want to do, but 1, 2, 3, I think this is the right call. At least it's the right call for me. Puts Polaris in. After she enters play, give an X-Men character the tough status card. And then she is going to go ahead and attack to get rid of this sleeper over here. And then the sleeper and this sleeper's agenda over here are out of the game. I'm just going to throw you in the trash, buddy. Boom. Trash time. All right. I'm going to hold Professor X. I got 3 attack myself. Of course, Red Skull is going to get punched in the face. And I'm going to hold Professor X. I just need that threat removal. Like, I just... what else can he do? Enters play, confuse a villain, stun a minion, or ready an X-Men character. I mean, maybe I ready myself. That might be where I end up going with this. We'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and draw my 4 cards. And, oh, there's some double resources. Those are... Ooh, I got better. When you be defeated by an enemy attack, instead set your hit points to 5, ready your identity, and discard this card. I mean, that is the ultimate get out of jail free card. Who knows? That might be it, and then pay for slice and dice and hold Professor X if I don't need him. We'll see. That might be the move. Like just a free get out of jail card. I usually think it's too expensive, but it's pretty stinking good. All right, we're going to do 1 here. We're going to pull this. Gets 3 per player. Until under Hydra's rule, families are separated and incarcerated without due process. Prison camps. When defeated, the player who defeated this scheme searches their deck and discard pile for an ally, puts it into play and shuffles their deck. Puts it into play. I mean, Jubilee helps me kill fast, right? Because if I ready myself, after Jubilee enters play, puts into play. I mean, it's only a 2-cost ally, but boy, I mean, getting +6 attack for the turn seems good to try to rush it down. I'd have to get 3 off of here. Oh, Professor X gets 3 off. Ooh. Oh my. All right. So, Red Skull is going to attack for 2. What does Berserker Frenzy say? After Wolverine takes any amount of damage. So I wouldn't be taking damage. But he's going to attack for 2. I'm just going to take it. +0 boost. That's really sad. I lose a tough for a basically nothing attack. But you know what? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Man, that makes me want to put Professor X in. He could ready an X-Men. But see, the order gets messed up here. So I'd be losing 2 of the damage. So I can attack for 3. So 5. And then Jubilee is attacking for 3. I got Polaris that can attack for 2 also. All right. We're doing it. We're going hog. It is what... Oh, I got Slice and Dice too. Make the following attacks. Now, does she say basic attack? +2 to their attack stat if you attack this certain enemy. I mean, I got Slice... Like, I'm going for it, right? Oh, get 2 health. Beginning of my turn. Yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. And then I think I hold the double resource. So I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3. Well, hold on. So before I pay those 3. Sorry, first things first. I'm going to attack for 3. 1, 2, 3. Then I am going to pay 3 for Professor X. One of Professor's options is ready an X-Men character. I'm going to ready myself. Professor X is going to thwart for 3. 1, 2, 3. When defeated, the player who defeated this scheme searches their deck and discard pile for an ally, puts it into play, and shuffles their deck. I don't need to... Like, let me make sure. Searches their deck and discard pile. Yeah, it's only a 2-cost ally, but after Jubilee enters play, choose an enemy. Until the end of the phase, Wolverine or Jubilee is making an attack. Give them +2 to their attack. I mean, that just seems too good to not do it that way. So So we're going to put that into play. When that goes away, her into play. We're choosing Red Skull, obviously. I'm going to attack for 5 now, which seems good. Polaris is going to attack for 2, which will advance the villain. When revealed, deal each player an encounter card. I mean, after the 2 from... I'm not talking. I'm not saying anything. Never mind. We still got 2 side schemes here. By the way, when this enters, or when this empties, I don't put an acceleration token here, do I? So let me know what you think, whether I put an acceleration token there. All right, so Jubilee is going to attack. So that is 3 more damage. And then I'm Wolverine, and so I'm going to slice and dice. Deal 3 damage twice. I got to use my claws for that. 1, 2, 3 of my life. But 3 damage twice is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, down to 11. I mean, that feels real good. And I got Professor X as a chumper. I got Jubilee as a chumper now. I got Polaris if I need. Like, I don't know. And I'm holding on to a double resource. This all seems good. The only thing that doesn't seem good is my life. But, you know, there's Utopia. Oh, Lunging Strike. I mean, that's 8 damage. Like, all right. This is what Wolverine does, right? Wolverine kills stuff. Let's go to the chat. It's like Hulk's ally thwart. You can't add to it because it's got a dash on it. That makes sense. For that side scheme, no acceleration token if the side scheme deck is empty. All right, so we just got to hope this side scheme deck doesn't somehow give guard, or like these 2 cards he's about to get doesn't give guard. All right, let's add 1. Let's add this. Hydra controls, so Censor the Past. Hydra controls all media outlets and uses propaganda to turn the masses against the heroes of the past. When defeated, each player chooses up to 3 cards in their discard pile and shuffles them into their deck. So this is kind of, I forgot about this, but this is kind of the beginnings of what is now in Mojo. They've got those, what are they called? Like stories, there's crime and whatever else. Like those TV channels, like sitcom, but fantasy one, like they have higher numbers for stuff. This doesn't necessarily have higher numbers, but they give you benefits when you defeat them. And that's what this one's doing too. So actually, each player chooses 3 cards and shuffle them back in your deck. It's cool. I'm not going to need it this game probably at this point, but it's cool. So Red Skull is attacking for 3. We do have Professor X to deal with that attack. So that's 2 damage plus, or 3 damage, I'm sorry, plus 2 more is 5. Thank you, Professor X. You did exactly what I needed you to do, which was bring... Oh, hold on. Deck empty. Ah, all right. Well, we will see. We will see. All right. So, again, I got 2 more blockers. But we do have 3, and we know none of them are side schemes, right? So there's that. Attached to Red Skull. Red Skull gains Retaliate 1. Hero action, spend 1 of each. All right, well, I don't think that Retaliate 1's going to matter. I got to stop talking, man. I got to stop talking here. Toughness. I mean, toughness again with all my piercing doesn't much matter. Give the villain. Yeah, so it's just a tough Hydra soldier 2/2, which again, I don't mind with Berserker Rage or Frenzy. Not the worst thing in the world. Hero, the villain attacks you. All right, well, that's what Jubilee is for, to block the attacks. So that's 3 damage plus another. Give Red Skull the tough status card. Woo! I mean, thank God I am Wolverine, right? With piercing, like piercing on a string. Like I just attack with piercing. All right, so we're gonna get 2 health here. I mean, I'm not going to waste anybody's time. I could tackle also, by the way, which would be a stun and 3 more damage. But let's go ahead and start with Lunging Strike, which is 8 damage, which feels good. I'm going to use 3 health for that. 1, 2, 3. That's 8 damage with piercing. And I do get retaliated on, so there's 1 to me. And then 3 damage left. I'm just going to punch you in the face with my Adamantium Skeleton. So that's 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. There goes Red Skull. Hey-o. All right. So that's 2 down. Man. Maybe this deck's much better than I thought it was because, like, I did not think... I mean, if there were 2... Ultron's the only other one, I'd say. If you're asking me who I didn't want to see in my first few games, Ultron probably would have been at the top of the list. But Mutagen is definitely up there. And it's not like we're playing standard. We're playing expert here. So, yeah. So that's 2 for 2. We're going to keep going. I mean, kind of want to play Kang, but that's a long game too. So let's see. So Kang is 1, and then we keep going. This is, oh man. You know where we are. We're Galaxy's Most Wanted 5. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nebula. I don't remember anything about Nebula because I tend not to play Galaxy's Most Wanted. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. This is all right. I'm throwing that dice in the garbage. This is garbage. Let's be honest. This is what this is. I don't want to face Nebula. Not even a little bit. Not at all. So we're gonna throw standard and expert in there. Okay. Oh, the recommended modulars down here. Let's see if these are actually. Oh. Required, recommended. Wow. Boom, boom, and boom. Sure. Hopefully that did the right things. I don't know. So I got the Milano here. At least I got that going for me. I don't remember, again, anything about her. I do kind of remember that her ship, like, you've got to exhaust the Milano to do some stuff to her ship, and her ship gets a certain number of counters, and she blasts you, which should be, actually, protection should be decent against that, but who knows. Let's just read it. All right. 1 modular Space Pirates. I assume that's what this is, and this was Ship Command and Power Stone. Oh, wait. Power Stone? Yeah. Can't forget this, because that's right. So where does the Power Stone start? On her. Put Nebula's ship environment and Milano's support into play. Attach the Power Stone to Nebula. Discard the top 2 per player cards of the encounter deck. Then attach each technique attachment discarded this way to Nebula. All right, we're putting this out of the way for now. So 2, and she's looking for techniques. I don't think that's a technique. That one might be. Discard card. No. So 2 non-technique cards. So we got that going for us. Attached to Nebula. Okay. You've tracked Nebula's location, but she's trying to desperately get away. This may be your only chance to take the Power Stone from her. X is equal to the number of evasion counters on Nebula's ship. Oh, so it goes up based on the number of evasion counters. All right. When the villain phase begins, place an evasion counter here. The first player can take an action to exhaust the Milano and spend up to 2 resources of any type to remove 1 invasion counter from here for each resource spent. So I got to spend resources and exhaust the Milano? Really? Okay. But otherwise, that's just going to go up freaking indefinitely and just keep adding threat, which isn't great. So, setup attached to the villain. It's permanent. After the hero or villain deals 3 or more damage to the attached character with a single attack, attach the Power Stone to the attacking hero or villain. So I really want to do 3 damage turn 1. I should... Well, I'm not going to count any chickens. So hopefully I get some kind of damaging cards turn 1, because that will also help me with my thwarting for the rest of the game, which would make me happy. First technique attachment. The player reveals each round, gains Surge. When Nebula initiates an activation against you, resolve the special ability on each technique attachment in play, then choose and discard 1 of those attachments. That's a lot of words. So what I do have is the Milano. The first player takes it, exhausts it, to generate a wild resource for any player. So I do have an extra resource turn 1, but I'm going to be spending those resources after turn 1, obviously, to stop this threat from going up at incredible rates. I don't remember what happens when we lose this. Place 2 invasion counters on the ship. For each invasion counter on the ship, discard the top 2 cards of each player's deck. Yeah, no, I don't want that to happen. I really don't want to lose this. But, you know, everyone knows how this goes. There's a lot of things you don't want to happen. All right. Let's draw 6. You just put standard and expert in there twice. I think I deleted the Nebula ones. Says Jay Atkinson. The first set of standard and expert were the custom art sets for Nebula, and the second sets were the regular core set art. I don't think I put the Nebula ones in. I think I deleted those. You just made the game harder for yourself. Let me make sure. I think I didn't put them in the trash, but let me search. I don't think I did. Let's look for shadows. Yeah, there's only 1 shadows in here. I don't think I put the other ones. Let's see, assault. Yeah, there's only 2 assaults in here. So unless I think I deleted them, Jay. I hope I deleted them. I just shuffled. You guys can look and see if there was any specific order there. I didn't pay attention. All right, so powerful punch. Oh, Berserker Frenzy turn 1 again. All right, well, that seems good. Tackle turn 1 seems real good too. That's the 3 damage I need if I can get a fist. I can't do it. Track by Sentinel let me draw 2 cards. Karma I don't need early. I would love to stun here, but I'm not going to get the 3 damage if I use my ability to do it. So I'm going to get rid of Tackle, believe it or not. How much does Nebula hit for? 2 + 1. Well, again, I got to get that off. So I really have to get a damaging effect here. I mean, Tackle would have guaranteed me 1, but if I had a fist. Oh, I do have a wild. Huh. I'm going to gamble. Drawing 4. Lunging strike. Well, there you go. Don't need to. No gambling involved. Just a lunging strike. Jidoku skill's pretty good. Nightcrawler's pretty good, but I'm not putting that out turn 1. All right. So we're going to go 1, 2 with Nightcrawler. Well, I guess I got to flip over. I'm going to pay for track by set. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. If it removes the last one, which it did, draw 2 cards. Oh, there's my Adamantium Skeleton turn 1 too. So I'm going to have to pick here. I mean, I got a lunging strike, right? So we're going to... Oh, no, if I put my skeleton in, I don't have to lunging strike. And then I could pay for Berserker Frenzy and Adamantium Skeleton. Man, all right, that's what I'm doing. So getting rid of lunging strike, Professor X to put in my Adamantium Skeleton, using the Milano and Jidoku skill to put in Berserker Frenzy. Feel like that's the right call. I get 4 health here. And my attacks gain +1 in piercing. So I attack for 3, which hits Nebula for 3, which means I get the Power Stone. It's pretty big, but it's a Power Stone. 1, 2, 3. And I just got to stop her from hitting me for 3, basically. All right. But that seems like the right move, because now I got Berserker Frenzy. I'm not going to be able to use the stone for a while, but still seems like the right way to go. All right, I'm going to draw 5 cards. Jacken says, yeah, he might have missed it. Yeah, I think he did. Ooh, Polaris. I love me some Polaris. Okay, we're going to add 1 token here, which then means this goes up by 1. Then Nebula is going to attack me. She attacks for 2. I am going to defend this because I don't want her to hit me for 3, so she takes that Power Stone back, which she does hit me for 2. 1, 2. But I'm going to get this, ooh, which is Forge. Nice! All right. I mean, I don't know that it's that great, but it's pretty great. I don't need Polaris with the Chumper. I mean, I still would want Polaris at some point, but if I can get Utopia out or X-Jet, which one can I pay for without I could pay for Utopia without losing Polaris. If I do X-Jet, Polaris is gone, which, again, that's 50-50 how important that is to me. But let's go ahead and draw our encounter card and hope it's not a technique. Surge, exhaust your identity. Well, there is that. I have already been exhausted. Oh, come on. All right, everybody drink. Shadows of the Past. I avoided it the first 2 games, not Nebula. Brutal. Oh my gosh. 8. With Retaliate 1 and Steady. When he attacks you, deal damage to each character you control. I mean, that's just not right. Acceleration. Omega Red needs Carbandium Synthesizer to prevent his death factor from killing him. When the Carbandium Synthesizer is in play, Omega Red cannot be defeated. Well, there's that. Wow. What is going on here? Alrighty then. I do hit for 4, but I'm not ready. Oh, I do have Slice and Dice, which just means I'll take 2 Retaliate damage. That's nice. But between that and Forge, I would kill him, but then I have nobody to block for me. Sudoku skill. Man, this is... Well, no. If Forge does the killing blow... Alright, so let's take 2 at the beginning of my turn. So, things have changed. Alright, we're going to start with Slice and Dice. Does 6 damage. Well, hold on. Need my claws. So 1, 2, 3. And then I take 2 Retaliate and do 6 damage to Omega Red. Well, whoa. Can't be defeated. Never mind. Not doing any of that. 1, 2, and 3 back. I mean, do I just do the same thing to Nebula? I mean, that maybe that's what I do. Maybe we just take Nebula down. Don't worry about stupid Omega Red or this stupid thing here. Yeah. All right. Well, let's pay 1, 2 for Forge. Forge is going to search for Utopia. Feel like Utopia is the move. I think I can search for Utopia. Let's double check. So it is a support. It's X-Men. Support. All right. So now I'm going to pay 1, 2 to put Utopia in. Yes, I could not have done it in any other order, unfortunately. I can thwart for 3. I think I kill him, right? I just kill the boss. You have one job. Your job is to kill the boss. We're doing 1 damage to the boss. No, we're going to thwart for 1, actually. And then we're going to do 4 damage. And then take 3. 1, 2, 3. To go ahead and do 6 more damage. So 6 and 4 is 10 total damage. Down to 4. That's just the way it is. I'm gonna punch you in the face. Because I am Wolverine and that's what I do. I mean, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. That's a lot of resources. I got better. Berserker Barrage. Yeah, I mean, it's 4 damage. That'll kill him. All right. Oh, and then if it defeats an enemy, which it would, this attack defeats an enemy, I can take 2 damage to do it again. It's like a double Berserker Barrage. The problem is I have Forge here as my chumper. I'm going to draw some cards. I have a lot of resources this hand. I'm going to draw some cards. So I'm going to take some damage probably. All right, so first things first, we're going to put this up to 2, which means we add 2 to there normally, but 1 more for this side scheme. So 3. Then Nebula is going to attack me. I am going to block. I don't know. That's 4 damage. You know what? I'm taking it this turn. We'll see what happens. 2 plus 1. Place an invasion counter on the ship. Oh! I didn't use Milano last turn. Because I am an idiot. I didn't have to do Utopia. Well, hold on. Do I want to change Utopia out for... Because I had that extra resource. Yeah, sorry. I just realized I never used Milano. So I'm changing Utopia out for Mansion. Or not Mansion. Whatever. The extra resource one. X-Jet. Either that or I could have held Polaris. But no. We're doing X-Jet. Yeah, extra resources plus to use Milano to get rid of this. Yeah, because that's the last turn I'm going to be able to use a Milano for a while because I'm going to need to get rid of these counters. All right. Sorry about that. Cheating again. That's okay. So what's going on here? Place an evasion counter on the ship. So she's attacking me for 3. I defended, didn't I? No, I didn't. I just said I was taking it. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to draw a card. Energy barrier, okay. Then 2 more damage. When a Mega Red attacks, deal 1 damage to each character you control. Never mind, I'll block with Forge. Well, that was stupid. Whatever. I'm just taking it. So 2 damage. Plus 1 more. And I do get to draw a card. Well, that's stupid. I'll draw the card. Forge is going to block the damage. Then I'll just take the 1 splash damage. I don't get the card for Berserker Frenzy. Yep. All right. So, I mean, this is the thing. It's fine. Everything is fine. Now I do have to take encounter cards, though. The villain schemes. Well, that's not wonderful. 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay. Well, bye. That's just real god. When revealed, place 2 evasion counters on Nebula's ship. For each evasion counter on Nebula's ship, discard the top 2 cards of each player's deck and the encounter deck. So it's up to 5. So we're discarding 10 from the encounter deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Alrighty then. X is equal to the number of evasion counters on our ship. If the stage is complete, the players lose the game. So I really gotta not lose this stage. It does start with 3 per player on it, so it starts with 3. The first player may exhaust the Milano and spend up to 2 resources to remove that many evasion counters. Wow, that is not a lot of evasion counters gone. All right. Well, it's back to my turn. Let's heal 2. When does this ship deck come into play? When I defeat her or something? Yeah, I don't remember when this ship deck comes into play, if it comes into play at all. Unless I missed something. Place 2 evasion counters on Nebula's ship. For each evasion counter on the ship, discard 2 cards from the... Yeah, I guess... I don't remember how that comes into play. So I can only remove 2 at a time from that. Ugh, that's brutal. All right. Well, it is what it is. So I'm going to... Did I heal 2 at the beginning of my turn? I think I did. So I'm going to put energy barrier in. Wait, do I really care about that? Let's think. I'm going to put I got better in. 1, 2, 3, 4 resources to put I got better in. How much damage did I take? Wait. I took 3 from him, which was stupid. From her, because she would take the stone back. So I should have chumped the first one with Forge. Because I knew I was going to take some damage. So that way she doesn't get the stone. That's where I messed up. All right, so I'm going to take 1 damage back. I did that. Then he attacked me for 2. Then I got to draw the card. Then I took the 1 extra from him. So I took 1 less damage because I just realized I should have chumped the Nebula attack so I didn't lose the spear. I knew there was something going on. Or the stone. I was like, wait a minute, I'm going to lose the stone. No, I'm not. All right. So, yes, I've cheated quite a bit this game. I apologize for going backwards, but I forgot about an Omega Red's ability to deal 1 extra damage, and I forgot about losing the stone. So, if I had remembered those things, I definitely would have blocked her. Doesn't make sense not to, which would have been 1 more damage. I didn't know how much extra damage it would have been, but the odds of it being at least 3 to get the stone were super high. Now, actually, in all honesty, I'm going to get it back in 2 seconds with Berserker Barrage, so it doesn't matter. All right, fine. I'll anti-cheat that one. So she has the stone. That's fine, because I'm going to get it back with Berserker Barrage in a second. So 2 damage to myself, 2 Berserker Barrage. Which does 4 damage to an enemy, which advances the stage. I get the stone back. What happens here? First technique, gain surge. When Nebula initiates an activation against you, resolve the special ability of each technique. Yeah, so nothing different except she has 3 attack now. Which, I don't know. I can't deal with that, but I also can't deal with the threat on the main scheme. Alright, I gotta put this in, because I can't afford to be taking all that damage. So, it's got 4 counters on it. Or 3 counters on it. But this Berserker Barrage is still going, because I could take 2 damage to repeat the ability. I'm going to do that and deal 4 more damage. We're just going for it. Here. I say we're going for it, but I don't think I can afford to attack with this where it is. Well, let's see. I'm going to exhaust my ship and the X-Jet to take 1 counter off of here. So that's down to 4. So with 4 more, that goes to 7. Oh no, it's going to be 5 more. It'll go to 8, which will be 1 away. So any insight or anything else will kill me. But do I just go 4 damage here? And then next turn there's a... Oh, I played, I got better. That's right. So my life doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, I'm going to thwart. So that's 3 off main. Is that really the right move or 4 damage? I'm doing 4 damage. And hoping I don't get insight. And actually hope I die here. So I got better. That is my goal here, is to die and use I got better. Because I just paid for it this turn. With those resources I could have used to take 1 more off of that. It might have been the right call. Actually, energy barrier doesn't seem as good now. Knowing I got better. I could have taken a second one off and held on to the double resource. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Instead of playing energy barrier, I'm going to discard energy barrier for a second resource, get this down to 3. That gives me some chance of living through this. I got a double resource here for a green ability. I'm going to draw 4 so I won't deck myself. All these are good things. All right, I think I'm happy with where I am. With all my doing and undoing. All right, I'm going to stick here. Let's go ahead and draw 4 cards. Ready myself up. I have Jubilee, Track by Scent. I don't have any attacks though. But I'm going to Berserker Frenzy at least 2 cards here. So hopefully something good. All right, well this goes up to 4. And then this goes up to 7. All right, I'm getting attacked for 3. I don't have Utopia. It's going to take it. It's going to take it. 3 damage. You are stunned. take 1 damage, 4 damage instead if you are already stunned. So I take 4 damage, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I am stunned. But I do get to draw a card, which is Tackle, which is not the worst thing in the world. Okay, so then, so what does this do? When you would be defeated by an enemy attack, instead set your hit points to 5, ready your identity, and discard this card. So I don't get rid of stun, though. That is unfortunate. But I do have tackle to get rid of stun, so we'll see. All right, so I'm going to take 2 more. I am defeated. This card goes away. Set my hit points to 5. And what else? I would ready myself. But I do get the Frenzy, I believe. After Wolverine takes any amount of damage from an enemy attack, draw a card. Oh. Berserker Barrage. Okay. That's more damage. So we'll see what happens. All right. So I do have to take 2 cards because my deck emptied. And then my normal card. All right. Here's a technique. So Nebula does get another card because it surges. Which one's this? Nebula cannot take more than 5 damage from a single attack. Okay. Place a threat on the main scheme is its special. Well, hopefully she never attacks again. Okay, exact same thing. So how does this work? When Nebula initiates an activation against you, resolve the special ability on each technique. Then you may move then you may move the top card of your deck from the game to choose and discard one of these attachments. So the big thing is she can't take more than 5 from a single attack. All right. So when revealed, Nebula, +1. Woo! For this. Hero, Nebula attacks you. If damage is dealt by this activation, place an evasion counter on her ship. I can't survive this, can I? Oh, yeah, I think I just lost. When Nebula initiates an activation against you, resolve the special ability on each technique attachment. So, yeah, 1, 2. All right, we lost. We lost because both of these just got triggered. Yep, okay. Well, good games. I mean, jeez. That was... This deck did better than I thought it was going to. I mean, it faced some pretty... Oh, she would also have the Power Stone, by the way. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, this deck faced some pretty nasty stuff. I mean, honestly, I needed to get more allies out on this last game. I probably shouldn't have put... I got better out. I probably should have put my Plinky damage card out instead. I mean, I had her down to 12. I mean, the best I could have done is avoid 1 damage here, avoid 1 damage here, put both of those on her, so she would have been down to 10. And I would have had maybe not been defeated. I mean, I chose not to defend, to be fair, but I'm stunned anyway. Yeah, it was a thing. It was definitely a thing. But it was fun. I mean, Wolverine, I love how quickly he could put damage out. So let's go to some post Gauntlet thoughts. I'll make myself even bigger for Jay. I don't know if anybody else wants that, but for Jay. I do it for Jay. It's all for Jay. I do it all for Jay. We'll make this bigger too. Why not? Oh, and last time I think I even added a picture in here. Let's do that. We'll add in the image. We'll add a new image. Create. Let's browse it. Let's see. I know that's why you guys show up, to see me like messing around with stuff live and in person. Well, image, you cannot be bigger than me. That is, you can't be on top of me. That is for darn sure. All right. So, final thoughts time. First of all, the Gauntlet is not a format you'll see anywhere else. I don't think. I mean, certainly people have heard of running the Gauntlet before. I like it because I like one deck takes all situations. Like I could have gotten Rhino, then Claw. I mean, if I kept rolling ones, right, and then Ultron, or if I'd rolled 1-1-2, I get Rhino, then Claw, then whatever the other one, not Mutagen, the other Risky Business, would have been very different stream today. But to get the villains we did and get as far as we did, I don't know. I was pretty happy with it. Not happy with the technical difficulties my computer is experiencing. So that makes me angry. But all in all, like I'm really, I mean, I still love Marvel Champions, right? Wolverine is a very fun hero. I hadn't played him in protection before, but I like that Berserker Rage where you just keep drawing cards and drawing cards. It adds a fun new twist to things. Certainly, I could have played him Justice, which would have been probably a little safer, and certainly for that last mission, helped out a little bit. But as you saw, we could do some thwarting with Track by Scent, which is a pretty good card because it's basically free if you can find the resources up front to pay for it. You draw 2 of those cards right back, and I think it only costs 2. So it costs 2, you get 2 back, and if you get a double resource, literally you get the 3 cards back that you paid for it with. And you could use things like Nebula's ship and what the heck's that card? I always want to call it X Mansion, but it's definitely not. It's we had it this game, X Jet. Yeah, so with cards like that, resource gainers, it's just a way to I don't even remember what card I was talking about. Oh, Track by Scent. It's just a way to get card draw, actually. You could even, again, if you have resource generators, you can even get plus cards out of it. You discard 1 card to get 2 cards back is pretty darn good. So, but all in all, I love running the Gauntlet. I think it's fun. It's definitely more in my personality. I think Terrence would hate something like this because you don't know what you're going to face ahead of time. He likes to... I mean, we could have got Collector there, which would have been fun, actually. I think Wolverine would have no problem with Collector because he wouldn't care about any enemies in play. He wouldn't care about the side schemes, really. He would just keep beating up the Collectors real quick and get out of there. I don't really have cards that I'm worried about losing. So, yeah, that would have been just fine to take on the Collector here. I don't know. It was fun. I enjoy running the Gauntlet. I enjoy playing Wolverine. He's definitely quickly become one of my favorite heroes. I like the push your luck, the risk reward decisions you have to make. Like that last turn, I clearly should have schemed. Oh no, I died to damage actually. So yeah, I did lose the threat on that last turn. But if I would have survived, I'm pretty sure I could have done 12 damage. Well, I don't know. I was stunned. But again, with Wolverine, you just, take a little bit of damage to get rid of the stun, and get rid of the card. So even the 4 damage limit wouldn't have been an issue. I think between Jubilee, myself, playing a card for resources, and then, so let's see how much damage I could have done had I survived. We'll play the what if game. I have Berserker Barrage, which would have done 2. But I could have just discarded Tackle, right? So Tackle would have gotten rid of my stun. I would have taken a couple of damage. Then pay 2 for Jubilee. Then I could have attacked for 5, which is the maximum with these cutthroat things. I could attack for 5. Jubilee could have attacked for 3, so that's 8 total, putting him at 4 life left. And then, Berserker Barrage for 4. Yep, that would have been it. Worst case scenario, So, I mean, literally, if that last card would have been, so what's the next card in the deck? The villain attacks you. Yeah, that would have done the same thing. Next card in the deck, the villain in each mini engage with you attacks you. That would have been even worse. Next card, plays 4 threat on each side scheme. So if it would have been that one, instead of literally the next 3 cards, which are all the villain attacks you, if it would have been any of those 3, or if it would have been that one, would have placed 4 threat. Really? Is there that many? Technique attached to Nebula. She gains Stalwart. Give Nebula a tough status card as a special. If Nebula already has tough, who cares about that? See, that one wouldn't have hurt me either. So 3 in a row attacks, but then this. Then we have a quick striking Pirate Lackey, which would have just let me draw more cards. 2 damage I could have dealt with. Another quick striking Lackey. So, another quick striking Lackey. What is going on here? Then a technique. So yeah, literally, the next 5 cards in a row would not have been an issue for me. It was those 3 cards in a row that were all attacks. There was no getting by that, but it was fun. But Marvel Champions has that, especially in solo mode, where sometimes things come up your way and sometimes they just don't, and that's okay. That's one of the things I like about the game. If it was predictable each time, then I don't think it would be as fun. So last thing I'm going to say is Marvel Champions versus Lord of the Rings. We've been playing a lot more Lord of the Rings lately. We're going to continue playing it. I don't know if we're going to do Friday nights. I am going to go back to Tabletop Simulator because the views have been down, and I'm curious if it's Tabletop Simulator versus whatever that other hero cards or whatever it is, or if it's just because we're doing Lord of the Rings instead of Marvel Champions. We might do Marvel Champions again next week with Terrence, or we might do Lord of the Rings. I'm not sure. Brand says Wolverine will forever be a favorite solo hero. I mean, his games are going to be fast. That's the nice part. That's part of the reason I chose him to run the Gauntlet tonight. Like, we got through 3 games, and I mean, again, it was 3 games. This game was over one way or another in basically 30 minutes each. So, and they weren't short games, right? We had Red Skull, we had Mutagen Formula, and we had Nebula. So none of these games are typically short games. But one way or another, you're either going to win or you're going to lose pretty quickly. So that's the nice part about running the Gauntlet with somebody like Wolverine. They made him super powerful with perfect stat line, but with no status effects to make him OP. Yeah, and I like the card draw. Again, that's why I tried him in protection today. I thought getting that card draw would really be nice. Again, he wants to play fast anyway, so just getting more card draw for free, basically, once you get that card out, is a nice way for him to play fast. And the nice part is we got a couple little weenie guys out that I didn't mind just taking 1 plink hits from, just to keep drawing cards too. So it's nice to be able to like have those super powerful turns. But yeah, he can have issues with, like, I played this deck, or maybe it was the Justice one, against Mutagen Ultron the other day, and he did have a problem. Once I got to like 5 drones on the table, he was definitely having a hard time keeping up. He does have some cards that do multiple attacks, but not many, and the one he has 2 of them, or 2, I guess 2 sets of 2, so probably 4 cards in his deck that can deal with multiple, but no more than 2 at a time. Now he does kind of tear stuff up, so shouldn't be that much of a problem. But yeah, when I got to a bunch of drones, it did definitely slow me down, because Ultron's just hard anyway, because you got to worry about the thread as well. So I don't know. I had fun with them. I am having fun with Lord of the Rings, but I will say, the more I play Lord of the Rings, the more I realize that Marvel Champions is the game for me. I do like this one more than Lord of the Rings, even though I do feel like I want both in my collection. And it's because you feel like, when I say I'm playing Marvel Champions tonight, I say I'm playing Wolverine. You know exactly what you're getting, right? When I say I'm playing, and I guess Lord of the Rings, you could say I'm playing a Gandalf deck, but Gandalf's not your only hero. You have 3, a Hobbit's deck or a Dwarf deck. I guess people understand that, but it doesn't tell what heroes you have. And I guess here it doesn't, like, I guess saying Wolverine protection lets you know more about what I'm doing, but I don't even think it's not like every Wolverine protection deck plays the same, but you get the basic idea of what you're trying to do. You're trying to prevent damage. You're trying to, Wolverine is a fast hero anyway. So I don't know. I just, for me, Marvel Champions, first of all, it's faster. Now maybe Lord of the Rings has a little bit of an advantage at higher player count, because not with speed, but the fact that a lot of the phases are integrated, so you don't have a lot of downtime the way you do at higher player count with Marvel Champions. But I just solved that by not playing higher player count games usually for Marvel Champions. And if I am going to play at a convention or whatever, I mean, maybe I even just start bringing Wolverine to speed up those higher player count games. That might be just Wolverine aggression all the way. All right, we will take care of slower play times. But anyway, had a super fun time playing tonight. I hope everybody had fun watching. Brant's got a couple last comments, so let's read them. He also rarely needs or wants to flip to alter ego, which most solo players adore. I do have a Justice deck that I was playing with yesterday that does go alter ego quite a bit. So maybe I'd play that next time because it was a confused deck. It had a couple of sonic rifles. It had a couple of other characters that confused, including Professor X, but there's another Justice ally that confuses as well. So there was a lot of confusion, a lot of ability to flip, along with X-Mansion and stuff like that, and those cards that put cards back in your deck. So when you do flip up, you're hitting for those 8 damage and 6 damage hits all the time, plus some things to just make sure you survive long enough on the threat. So it was an interesting deck, but I did like protection better because I didn't have to flip down, and you get that free 2 heal every turn because he doesn't really have a power on the other side except for the fact that he recovers for 6, which is pretty darn good. All right, Brant says Lord of the Rings hero sounds like an IKEA furniture. Yeah, I guess, yeah, because you're putting stuff together modularly. You got to build it yourself. Dazzler? I don't even know where Dazzler came. Oh, Dazzler is the one that confuses. Yes. So Dazzler was the other one in my deck. So yeah, I did like the Justice deck, but I felt like it had a hard time. That's the one I had a hard time against Ultron with. And that's when I'm like, all right, I need some healing mitigations. I also realized when I played that game how good Berserker Frenzy would have been had I put it in play, because getting plinked by all those drones for 1 damage would have been nice to draw an extra 5, 6, 7 cards. So that was where I came up with the idea from this deck when I was playing that deck yesterday. But anyway, thanks for joining me, everybody. I'm going to get some sleep. My daughter is a swim meet, so no hockey game tomorrow, but we do have a swim meet. So I will be doing that tomorrow. And my son just finished his freshman year of high school. So we're super happy about that. And we'll probably go throwing tomorrow as well, do some shot put, discus. So yeah, a lot of outdoor day tomorrow. And then because it's a extended weekend, because here in the United States, Monday is Juneteenth, or Emancipation Day. So definitely an important holiday in this country. We get some time off. I am also going to be working on hopefully getting a prototype of Flame and Fang, which is a game we're designing together. So hopefully we will have that at Gen Con this year. So if you have any interest in that, I have a tabletop simulator version as well, if people really have interest and want to see it badly ahead of time. But hopefully I'll have a physical prototype. I need to call my co-publisher tonight and see how realistic that would be to throw one together by Gen Con at this point, because we are trying to get the Kickstarter out soon, and getting review copies at this point wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We're basically done with it. The only thing we're doing is our graphic designer's working on the rule book. We've basically play tested through every mission but one at this point. Definitely get that done, after the swim meet tomorrow. And then, yeah, maybe get a prototype together for Gen Con. So hopefully we'll see. We got a month and a half. We can make that happen. But anyway, thanks everybody for joining us, and we will see you soon. Bye!